The Goshen and Gering-Fort Laramie irrigation districts have lost the immediate option of sleeving the canal to get water to farmers downstream. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, following last Wednesday's tunnel collapse in Fort Laramie, experts have been doing everything in their power to get water to the irrigators and the 100,000 plus acres they farm. Gering-Fort Laramie Irrigation District GM Rick Preston says civil engineers who had hoped that sleeving water down past the collapsed tunnel informed him that that solution would not work because the pipe was not big enough to carry the necessary water. The districts met with engineers yesterday to work on a new solution, and the group came up with a proposed temporary fix to carry the irrigators through the season.
And that was to go in, reinforce the existing tunnel with some type of shoring, get the spoils out the best they can, put water in and try to flush the rest of it out, and at least try to get water to the landowners temporarily. I mean, it won't be like we're used to running, but anything would help.
Preston adds it's all a gamble right now, and there are no specific costs on the project. Wyoming Governor Mark Gordon has declared a state of emergency, which will enable the state to deploy workers and equipment to try to solve the problem that has left more than 150 square miles of cropland without irrigation water at the peak of summer. Well, construction work is now completed on the final phase of the 42nd Street project in Scottsbluff, with the opening on Monday of the intersection of 5th Avenue and 42nd Street. Public Works Director Mark Bohl told KNEB News they still have the pavement markings to finish from 5th back to Avenue I, including the yellow and white line markings, the crosswalks, stop bars, and turning lanes. He believes that work will be completed sometime this week, and he says the project was completed right on schedule, considering the amount of work involved in the 7 phases.
You know, it went really smooth for as big a project. It's about 1.5 miles. And of course, when we started at 71, we had utilities to put in, and we took those up to Ruger, and then we had storm just up to this point. But when you put that many trenches and that many utilities in, but it just went right along. We did the stub outs where they needed to be, but we just haven't had an issue. And anything we did run into, we just went right through it, and no change orders. It's right on schedule and right where we want to be.
Bohl said they will also be reseeding grass areas behind the curbs and sidewalks in the dirt areas to restore growth that was affected by construction. Well, straight ahead, Bill Boyer will be in with your midweek forecast. We'll have that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
If a sandwich needs a little something extra, you add bacon to it. If a sandwich is perfect just the way it is, you add bacon to it. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Well, not a bad-looking evening out here tonight. Temperatures are going to fall into the 80s and some scattered thunderstorms around the area now. They'll continue for another couple hours. Clouds going to hang around through the early evening and early nighttime hours. partly cloudy skies as we start the day tomorrow, and we're going to warm up again. So don't be surprised to see an evening storm. Otherwise, mainly sunny skies, temps near or above normal with really no changes coming in the future. Hit 92 yesterday after a low of 59. Those are pretty close to normal. We were right back at that again today. Nothing in the rain gauge, whittling away on that surplus for the month of July. Boy, look at some of these temperatures. We're warmest here in our region. Just off to our east, though, 80 in Hastings. 79 is all right now in Norfolk. Looking across our region, 91 in Ogallala, Oshkosh, Alliance at 90. How about 94 up in Chadron? That's one of the warmest readings. 79 over in Cheyenne. We have a few thunderstorms producing a few gustier showers, gustier winds rather, otherwise winds out of the southeast at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Severe weather outlook right here in our immediate area. Just off to the north of us, a slight risk of severe storms, mainly north of the Nebraska-South Dakota border up into the Black Hills. However, we do have a marginal risk of severe storms, so some of these storms this evening could produce gusty winds and probably some heavy rain. That's going to be the extent of what I think we'll see in our region. Severe weather threat pushes off to our north and east tomorrow and then completely away from us as we go into Friday. Friday looks like a lower day of thunderstorm chances, although they'll come back for Saturday. So there's a few gusty showers and storms pushing across the region. They'll stay with us maybe through the 10, 11, midnight hour and then push out, clearing skies from west to east tonight as we go late into the night, and we're going to fall down into the 60s for lows. For tomorrow, we start the day sunny. Winds are out of the south, pushing more of that humid air into us, but it switches around to the north for a brief period of time, pushes a cloud or two across the region, and then we're going to be dealing with some isolated thunderstorms, mainly in the high country. Can't rule out one or two tomorrow. A stray shower or storm possible in our region. Chances are less tomorrow than they are tonight, and highs right back into the low 90s for most of us, 84 in Cheyenne. Precip, pretty light, pretty scarce, although if you get under one of the heavier showers and storms, you could triple or quadruple these amounts. If not, probably going to end up with just a couple of hundredths, if anything, in your immediate area. So tonight, a thunderstorm early, 50% chance of storms, 63 your low. For tomorrow, we're going to be partly cloudy. A stray late-day thunderstorm is possible. Otherwise hot again, highs right at 91. So another warm day, and we're going to stay right at that as we go through our 7-day forecast into the low 90s Friday, near 90 Saturday, Sunday. Saturday an uptick in some shower and thunderstorm chances. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week right back into the low to mid 90s with hot and mainly dry conditions continuing.
If I said everything you need to know about Arby's Ultimate BLT is right there in the name, how would that make the honey wheat bread feel? Probably not great.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
KNEB presents country music rising star Dylan Scott.
I'm hooked on kissing.
Friday, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff. Presented by Allo Communications and VIAERO Wireless. Tickets are on sale now at the Midwest Theater box office, by phone at 632-4311 or at midwesttheater.com. Dylan Scott, August 16th at the historic Midwest Theater in Scottsbluff with KNEB.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more. Tow more. Go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Time when students can learn faster than teachers can talk. We are redesigning instructional delivery to foster curiosity and relevance to the real world. We are doing more than giving them devices. Our professional, progressive, and personal staff prepare them for life. At Moral Schools, your child can thrive.
Welcome back. The Scottsbluff City Council has applied for a $750,000 community development block grant to be used for property owners for home rehabilitation projects. Economic Development Director Star Leal says interested parties are encouraged to pre-apply to ensure there is a demand for these grants. Recipients must qualify under the HUD income limits and own and occupy the house, as well as be a Scottsbluff resident. Qualified improvements would include promoting energy efficiency and special projects directed to the removal of material and architectural barriers which restrict the mobility and accessibility of elderly and handicapped persons. Well, one local business is saying a blizzard is in the forecast for tomorrow. Dairy Queen will be having Miracle Treat Day this Thursday to benefit our local Children's Miracle Network Hospital. Each year, many Panhandle children have to go to Denver Children's Hospital, and this fundraiser helps the community help out those kids in need. The Scottsbluff Dairy Queen will be donating all profits from blizzard sales tomorrow to the hospital, and they hope to exceed last year's donation. And U.S. Attorney Joe Kelly announced today that 8 people have been arrested following a year-long Mexican drug trafficking investigation in the Omaha metro area. Kelly says the organization's activities were based out of the El Catrin restaurant, bar, and grill in South Omaha, which served as a distribution point of narcotics for more than a decade. In addition to the arrests, more than 6 pounds of meth, 6 kilos of cocaine, guns, cash, and vehicles were also seized. The investigation remains ongoing, and more information will be made available at a later date. Well, coming up after the break, we'll head on over to the Panhandle Humane Society to meet their featured Pet of the Week.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to VIAERO today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition, convenient stores in your neighborhood, friendly, helpful customer service, and top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right, get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. VIAERO Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Welcome back. For this week's featured Pet of the Week, brought to you by Murdoch's, we meet Moose, a great dog that needs a great forever home.
This is Moose. He's a Bernese and Golden Retriever mix. He's a pretty mellow guy. He's pretty lovable and everything. He's big, but yeah, he is very lovable. He just kind of likes to be around everybody, and he's just a really good dog to get along with. He gets along with pretty much everybody and everything most of the time. I haven't really seen him be aggressive towards anything or anybody. So he's just he's mellow and he's easygoing. He is $50. Because he's a senior. He's 6 years old, and he'll be microchipped, and he'd be up on his vaccinations and everything. I just think that he needs a loving home to go to, somebody that's going to give him a lot of attention, because he's a big one, but he's pretty lovable. So yeah.
And whoever adopts Moose will be receiving a $25 Murdoch's gift card so that you can start spoiling him right away. To meet Moose or any of the dogs and cats they have available for adoption, you can head on over to the Panhandle Humane Society Monday through Saturday during normal business hours. We're right after the break, your First State Bank community calendar with all the latest happenings around the region.
For the card-carrying fan, get your Husker Visa debit card so you can take the game with you. Free with First Free Checking.
It's hot, and it's only going to get hotter before it cools down. Beat the summer heat with new windows from Renewal by Andersen. And now is the best time to call because Christmas in July is back. It's the only time of the year that we offer no payment, no money down, and no interest for 18 months. That means no payment until 2021 and 20% off every window and door. Don't miss this amazing deal. Call Renewal by Andersen of Wyoming today at 307-215-7493.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
It's time for something different.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
At TC & More in Scottsbluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & More on Facebook. TC & More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
The growth and prosperity of our community is dependent on the reinvestment of local dollars into our local economy. When you open a high-interest savings account at Platte Valley Bank, we turn around and loan your money back to our community for new construction, business expansion, home loans, in backing agriculture, and much more. Come save with us at Platte Valley Bank and know that you are doing business with a local bank with local decisions that reinvests your money here in our community.
And finally tonight, Cheyenne Frontier Days is in full swing with lots of great night acts, rides and games galore, and of course, tons of rodeo entertainment. At the Daddy of 'em All, you'll see a wide variety of featured events including saddle bronc riding, team roping, steer wrestling, and barrel racing. On Monday, we were on hand for the bareback bronc riding competition and caught up with Pascal Isabelle. This is the Canadian second Frontier Days, and he fared well with a score of 89 in the quarterfinals, landing him nearly $2,400 in prize money and a shot at taking home the gold buckle. He explains what makes this a world-class rodeo.
You go out there, and especially today, I did pretty good, and all the crowd that they got here, like that, give you so much energy and pump you up, and once you want to come back and come and win, and
you do it again, all over again.
12-year-old Leighton Laframboise from Montana also made the trek and says he's been practicing for the past few years.
I've been doing it since I was about 9.
I see. Have you been practicing up till this day so far? It's been a long trip?
Yes, sir. Almost every day I get on the spurboard, just practicing as much as I can.
Yeah? You got high expectations rising that leaderboard here pretty soon?
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
How'd you feel about today's ride?
I think I probably could have done better, but I think I tried my best, so that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
And if you haven't made a chance to make it out there quite yet, the Frontier Days Rodeo will continue through Sunday. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.